most mysterious events around the world. Orang Medan. In June of 1947, the ship Orang Medan was discovered shipwrecked with the entire crew dead from mysterious circumstances. The ship sent an SOS, which was received by several ships around the area of Malacca. The first SOS stated there were several dead bodies in the bridge and chart room, and the second SOS simply said, "I die." The ships that responded to the call were horrified to find the dead bodies, including one with his hand still on the Morse code device. The mouths and eyes on everybody were wide open, and there were no injuries or blood reported around the ship. When the Orang Medan was being pulled back to land by the Silver Star, smoke bellowed from below deck and exploded, causing the Orang Medan to sink to the ocean floor. Spontaneous human combustion. Imagine someone going up in flames in an instant. This phenomenon is both terrifying and very real. Dating back to the 1800s, bodies were found where the origin of the fire was discovered to be inside the body. On December 4th, 1966, a man by the name of John Irving Bentley was found to be reduced to a pile of ashes except for his right leg. Because no one was home, there were no clues as to what caused him to burn up. In 1980, a 73-year-old man by the name of Henry Thomas was found burned to death from the legs up, and all that was left was his skull. The trousers on his legs were still intact, and it seemed that he burned from his head down. Scientists have often fought over whether spontaneous human combustion is a real case, but the evidence for the argument is very compelling. Most of the people who have died from spontaneous human combustion were either smoking or drinking alcohol or both. Whatever the reasons are for spontaneous human combustion, it hasn't stopped people from experiencing the paranoia of randomly turning into a ball of flames one day. Raining blobs. In August of 1994, a farm near Oakville, Washington, experienced a mysterious phenomenon where clear, gelatinous blobs fell. Sonny Barclift owned the farm, and soon after the blob fall, went to a hospital for nausea and dizziness. Even Sonny's kitten died after coming into contact with the blobs. After the blobs fell a second time onto the farm, Sonny insisted on getting the blobs tested. It was revealed that the blobs contained human white blood cells and that they contained no nucleus. The mystery of the blobs was never solved. Beached animals. In the last decade, there has been a strange phenomenon over the mass beachings by whales, dolphins, and seals. What seems to be mass suicides in the animal kingdom, scientists have been working to try to figure out what has been causing this odd phenomenon. Flocks of birds seem to fall out of the sky, leaving those on the ground to clean up the hundreds of bodies. In 2008, Cornwall, England saw the beaching of over 26 short-beaked dolphins. In January of 2011, thousands of blackbirds fell from the sky in Arkansas, and then days later, about 500 blackbirds and starlings fell from the sky in Louisiana. Environmentalists have speculated that maybe the animals are dying from a rare illness, or are committing suicide because of the terrible conditions they are now living in thanks to pollution. Black Knight Satellite. The Black Knight satellite was discovered in 1899 by Nikola Tesla after he picked up on mysterious signals. After several decades, the signals from the Black Knight were examined by a ham radio operator and found the signals go back 13,000 years, long before radio waves and modern technology came into play. It is speculated that the satellite was sent by another solar system for the purpose of monitoring and watching over Earth. With the innovation of space technology, it's been harder to detect the Black Knight, but there have been compelling images sent back from the International Space Station that lead many to believe that it is the Black Knight. Mary Celeste. The Mary Celeste is a merchant ship that was found abandoned off the Azores Islands on December 4, 1871. With the cargo of denatured alcohol untouched and the ship in seaworthy condition, the crew was nowhere to be found and the lifeboats were missing. The crew was never sighted by other ships and seemingly disappeared into thin air. The ship has since become the center of ghost ship legends due to the crew never being heard from again. Disappearing lakes. Scientists have recently become baffled over two lakes in Greenland, which both carry billions of gallons of water that have been drained in a matter of weeks. The lakes have also managed to fill themselves in a short span of time as well, but then they drain themselves again. While scientists have hypothesized that maybe the plumbing system of the ice is changing, it still doesn't explain how billions of gallons of water can disappear and reappear over time. Frogs inside rocks. In the late 1800s, there were reports of frogs being found still alive while inside rocks. There are even accounts reported back in the time of the Revolutionary War in Benjamin Franklin's writings, where he found 4 toads enclosed in limestone. Geologists and animal experts have reportedly debunked the phenomenon, but experiments have shown that frogs can survive for a long period of time within limestone. Dyatlov Pass. In February of 1959, a month-long search in the Ural Mountains for 9 hikers came to a tragic end. The 9 students' tents were cut open from the inside, and their bodies were found in the snow wearing only their undergarments. The bodies were also near a fire that was long burnt out. Film that was developed from the hikers' cameras revealed smiling faces of the students, several of which had experience in the great outdoors. What baffled authorities the most was that the students had several broken bones and internal injuries, but there were no external injuries, except for one body that was missing the eyes and tongue. The hikers' clothing also contained high amounts of radiation. The case remains unsolved. Thanks for checking out this video. Click on that thumbs up button for us and don't forget to subscribe.